Imagine this for a moment. You bend down to pick up something small, maybe a receipt or a sock, and right as you lean forward, your middle tightens faster than you expect, almost like your body is whispering, "Hey, I'm not as ready as I once was." Here's the twist few people ever hear. The classic crunch, the move everyone relied on, often skips the muscles that actually keep you steady in real life. But today, you'll learn 5 gentle core exercises that bring back ease and confidence in the movements you use every day. And the real game changer comes at the end. And science shows something interesting happens when your breath and core work together. It's wild how one tiny moment can show you something you've been overlooking for years. In the next few minutes, you'll see why gentle movements often strengthen the core better than intense ones, especially after 60. You'll discover how breath quietly activates deep support, how small motions can reshape stability, and how the final tip brings all 5 exercises together in a way most people never learned. Think of this as unlocking strength your body still has, just waiting for the right invitation. I've spent years helping older adults feel steadier and more supported in the movements that matter. Bending, rising, twisting, walking, and getting out of bed. I understand how confusing it can be when you're trying to figure out what truly helps your core feel stronger. General scientific understanding shows that deep stabilizing muscles respond best to slow, mindful activation, not to heavy force or fast repetitions. Before we begin, I'd really love to know, what made you feel it was time to start working on your core? Your reasons matter, and they help us understand what you're carrying in your day-to-day life. Now let's start. We'll begin with something simple, yet surprisingly powerful. And that's why number 5 starts with a movement that reconnects your core from the inside. Many adults over 60 notice their midsection reacting more slowly when bending, reaching, or twisting. Over time, shallow breathing and long periods of sitting can cause the diaphragm and deep abdominal muscles to drift out of sync. This can make movements feel tighter or less smooth. Not alarming, just different from how they used to feel. That's why we start with gentle rib-based breathing. Sit tall, let the lower ribs widen softly as you inhale, and allow them to settle inward as you exhale. General science suggests this type of breathing naturally activates deep stabilizing muscles. Elaine, 72, placed her hand on her rib cage and, after a few breaths, quietly said, "It feels like something just woke up in there." It's a bit like noticing a calm breeze move through a room you hadn't opened in a long time. And once that inner support begins responding, the next movement guides your lower core into a gentle awakening. As your body settles into that first gentle activation, number 4 shifts the attention a little deeper into your lower core. Many older adults feel their lower abdomen isn't helping as much during daily transitions, like sitting, standing, or leaning. Deep lower core fibers weaken naturally when they aren't recruited with small, intentional engagement. This can make simple transitions feel heavier, like your center isn't lifting with you. Use a gentle chair-based isometric hold. Sit tall, lightly grip the sides of your chair, and apply a gentle inward pull, just enough to activate, not enough to lift. General scientific understanding suggests light isometric work safely reawakens stabilizer muscles. It feels almost like someone quietly aligned your posture from the inside. And as this quiet strength begins to rise, your body becomes ready for a movement that reconnects your core with the way you walk. Once those deeper muscles begin responding, number 3 brings your hips and core back into smoother coordination. It's called supported marching. Balance often feels less stable when the relationship between the hips and core weakens. Aging naturally slows communication between the nerves and muscles that coordinate movement. This can make stepping over small objects, navigating uneven ground, or turning around feel less certain. Start with standing near a counter and lift one knee slowly, then switch sides, engaging the belly gently. General scientific understanding shows that slow rhythmic marching helps retrain neuromuscular coordination. Martin, 69, tried this once and said with a surprised smile, "It feels like my legs finally remembered how to talk to my core." There's a quiet confidence that grows when your movements start agreeing with each other again. And as that coordination returns, it opens the door to freeing the waist in a way that feels surprisingly relieving. As that coordination settles in, number 2 invites more freedom into the sides of your waist. The side waist and hips often tighten gradually since most daily motions move forward, not sideways. Oblique muscles and hip stabilizers lose mobility when they don't experience sideways movement. This can make twisting or reaching sideways feel restricted. Try gentle lateral leg swings. Hold onto a stable surface and swing one leg softly out to the side. General wellness science suggests that lateral motion supports hip stability and side body mobility. It feels almost like your leg is sweeping through a slow, warm current of air. And now that the waist is opening, the final movement brings everything back to the body's real center. And when those layers begin working together, number 1 guides everything back to where your movement truly begins, your pelvis. Pelvic stiffness is incredibly common and affects nearly every motion. As the years pass, the small joints of the pelvis gradually lose mobility unless gently encouraged. This can make turning, rising, walking, and shifting weight feel less smooth. Use a pelvic clock motion. Lie on your back with your knees bent and imagine your pelvis as a clock, tilting toward 12, then 6, then 3, then 9. General scientific understanding shows gentle pelvic motion reactivates deep stabilizers. Rosa, 75, tried this and laughed softly, saying, "It feels like my hips found a drop of oil." There's a deep comfort in rediscovering ease where everything begins. And with all 5 layers awakened, you're ready for a simple recap. Today, you explored 5 gentle, science-supported movements that reconnect your breath, activate your lower core, retrain coordination, open the waist, and restore mobility through the pelvis. No strain, no crunches, just simple, thoughtful motions that help your body support you with more ease. And like Rosa reminded me, sometimes the smallest shift brings the biggest sense of relief. Let's close with the insight that ties everything together. Here's something most people never hear. Your deepest core muscles respond more to awareness than intensity. Science shows that slow, intentional movement activates stabilizing muscles more effectively than fast or forceful motions. When your breath leads, your posture follows, and your movements stay gentle, your core naturally becomes steadier in daily life. Someone once told me, "It feels like my body finally trusts me again," and that perfectly captures the spirit of this approach. Your body is capable of adapting beautifully at any age when you guide it with patience and consistency. These quiet, thoughtful movements are a way to remind your core how to support you through everyday life. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 gentle core exercises feels like it could help you the most right now? Your reflections help shape the next videos, and I truly enjoy reading every message. If you want, I can also create a seated version, a standing-only routine, a limited mobility variation, or an even slower, calming version. Just let me know. Thanks for watching.